Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will delve into Robert Frost's haunting poem, Home Burial, providing a comprehensive summary and insightful analysis. Join us as we navigate the emotional terrain of grief, communication breakdowns, and marital discord portrayed in Frost's masterful verse, offering nuanced perspectives to deepen your understanding of this poignant literary work. Biography of Robert Frost. Robert Frost, 1874 to 1963, was an American poet renowned for his depictions of rural life and complex explorations of human emotions. He was born in San Francisco but spent most of his life in New England, where many of his poems are set. Frost received four Pulitzer Prizes for poetry during his lifetime, and is considered one of the most significant poets of the 20th century. Written date: Home Burial was written in 1914. Published date: Home Burial was published in 1915 as part of Frost's collection North of Boston. Tone: the tone of Home Burial is tense, emotional, and introspective. It delves into themes of grief, communication breakdown, and the difficulty of understanding one another's perspectives. Setting: the poem is set in a rural home in New England, likely reflecting Frost's own experiences living in the region. The setting contributes to the sense of isolation and loneliness experienced by the characters. Themes: grief and loss. The poem explores the profound grief experienced by a couple who have lost their child. It depicts how grief can strain relationships and lead to emotional distance. Communication breakdown. Home Burial highlights the breakdown of communication between the husband and wife. They struggle to understand and empathize with each other's perspectives, leading to resentment and conflict. Gender roles. The poem touches on traditional gender roles and expectations within marriage, particularly regarding how men and women process and express emotions. Death and mortality. Death is a central theme in the poem, as the couple grapples with the loss of their child and the implications it has for their own mortality. Text of the poem: he saw her from the bottom of the stairs. Before she saw him, she was starting down. Looking back over her shoulder at some fear, she took a doubtful step and then undid to raise herself and look again. He spoke, advancing toward her. What is it you see? From up there always, for I want to know. She turned and sank upon her skirts at that, and her face changed from terrified to dull. He said to gain time. What is it you see? Mounting until she cowered under him. I will find out now, you must tell me, dear. She, in her place, refused him any help. With the least stiffening of her neck and silence, she let him look, sure that he wouldn't see. Blind creature. And a while he didn't see. But at last he murmured, oh, and again, oh. What is it, what? She said. Just that I see. You don't, she challenged. Tell me what it is. The wonder is I didn't see at once. I never noticed it from here before. I must be wanted to it, that's the reason. The little graveyard where my people are. So small the window frames the whole of it. Not so much larger than a bedroom, is it? There are 3 stones of slate and 1 of marble. Broad-shouldered little slabs, they're in the sunlight. On the side hill. We haven't to mind those. But I understand. It is not the stones, but the child's mound. Don't, she cried. She withdrew, shrinking from beneath his arm, that rested on the banister, and slid downstairs, and turned on him with such a daunting look. He said twice over before he knew himself. Can't a man speak of his own child he's lost? She will not hear of it, he said. She may, he said. Can't a man speak of his own child he's lost? Not you. Oh. Where's my hat? Oh, I don't need it. I must get out of here. I must get air. I don't know rightly whether any man can. Am I not going with you? You can't go. To someone else's grieving, she was gone. Muffled in household stuff, he asked himself what it was she had on her mind to say to her, as if to warn her. I don't know what it is. I can't find to leave you there. It's something I never saw before. I'm not leaving you. Where is she? With a stifled moan. Summary: Home Burial by Robert Frost is a dramatic narrative poem that explores the emotional turmoil experienced by a couple grieving the loss of their child. The poem opens with the wife standing at the top of the stairs, looking out of a window towards the burial ground of their child. When her husband approaches and asks what she sees, she becomes defensive and uncommunicative, leading to a tense exchange between them. The husband tries to console his wife but fails to understand the depth of her grief, which ultimately drives a wedge between them. The poem ends with the wife leaving the house in despair, unable to bear her husband's presence as he struggles to empathize with her pain. Analysis: Home Burial delves into themes of grief, communication breakdown, and gender roles within a marriage. Frost masterfully captures the emotional intensity and complexity of the couple's interactions, highlighting the difficulties they face in understanding and supporting each other through their shared loss. The poem's vivid imagery and stark dialogue evoke a sense of isolation and despair, underscoring the profound impact of grief on the couple's relationship. Through its exploration of these themes, Home Burial offers a poignant reflection on the fragility of human connection in the face of tragedy. I hope you've understand this lecture. If you have any queries, let me know in the comments section, and do share it with your friends.